Hello there, families. This is Sharon Ackah, lead counsel for education law. My job here today is to tell you about Section 504 plans. But in the video series, we talked a lot about what do they contain, what does the law say, many of the details. But what I want to do right now is show you what that plan might actually look like. Now, keep in mind for me, that can vary from state to state. There's no official format. So the law doesn't give us a template. What I'm going to give you is an example of what one may look like so that you can walk away knowing the things that should be included in your child's 504 plan. Let's start with the basic identifying information. I realize that this may sound obvious, but sometimes these documents are copy and paste, if you will, from perhaps another student. And so when you are meeting with your school and you're reviewing your Section 504 plan, take a look and ensure that your details, your child's details, are accurately reflected on the document. All right, I actually have the plan in front of me, so I'm going to walk through it. I'm going to look at this as I'm talking to you about what you should be looking for. Make sure the plan says how the child was assessed. We want to ensure that we know what types of testing procedures, what kind of evaluations were done, and there should be a little paragraph that talks to you about that. All right, in addition, we want to know what were those results? What were the findings? What are these accommodations being based off of? That should also be clearly delineated in the 504 plan. Now, from the assessment, there will be recommendations. The recommendations should all be listed. You're going to discuss those as a team with your 504 team, but you want to make sure that they're all captured in writing. And then we'll say, okay, now what are the accommodations that this child is going to be receiving, and be very specific about a few details. You'll notice the areas of need in one column. And those things could be things like this child would need certain technological assistance, maybe bigger print, or maybe the use of an iPad for various things in the classroom. So that would be documented that there's a technological need. There may be a nutrition need. That would be documented in the areas of need. Now, what is the accommodation going to be? Now, I mentioned this a second ago, a technological need, and then I said bigger print. So the accommodation in that instance could be, we're going to use let's say an iPad or a computer, and we're going to ensure that that child is able to read something in an enlarged print in order to accommodate perhaps a certain vision impairment, for example. All right, we want to know who's responsible. So is there a particular teacher's class that this accommodation is going to be occurring in? Is there a special facilitator that's going to be necessary? All of these details, we want to have that included as well. Is it daily? Is it weekly? Is it during homework? Is it during lunch or walking in the hallway or at recess? When do we need this accommodation? So think about these details. Go into the meeting, as we mentioned in a prior video, ready with your list of things that you think need to be done so that your child can properly access the educational curriculum and ensure that they are all detailed. Now, this sample that I have given you is listed in somewhat of a table format. Now, remember, that's not scripted. It doesn't have to look like that. It can certainly look however the school or the school district would like to have that information documented. But what you want to ensure is that all of these areas of detail are included in your child's 504 plan. Don't hesitate to grab a copy of that, bring it back to your local legal assistance office, go over your thoughts, your concerns with your legal assistance attorney. And how do you find that helpful legal assistance attorney? Well, take a look at your screen, scan the QR code, and we're looking forward to helping you. Thank you.